First United Methodist Church giving an invocation.
Good morning, everyone. I'll ask you to join me in prayer. Holy God, you are the true authority over all things, and you've called and equipped us as your people to stand against the many oppressions and the forces of wickedness that strive to, create oppressions around us. Lord, as we gather here in recognition of Memorial Day, we're reminded of the sacrifice that many have made over the years, those brave men and women who were called, convinced, and commissioned for a time of service to something bigger than themselves. So just as they believed they were fighting to make the world a better place, Lord, inspire within us that are still living the same kind of drive, the same kind of desire to stand against all forces that seek to harm and oppress. On this Memorial Day morning, Lord, may we remember the fallen, the brave warriors who stood strong during days that were so uncertain, and may we remember that the call to serve extends to all people, as we make the difficult choice to love our neighbors in a way that truly reflects the self-sacrifice, the love, and the great power of Jesus Christ. So it is in that powerful name of Christ that I pray. Amen.
Next, we'll have the flag ceremony presented by the Boy Scout Troop 392.
Color guard, post the colors. Scout salute. Color guard reform. Color guard for about face. Color guard return to post. Color guard halt. Color guard about face. Color guard at ease, camp at ease.
Next, we'll have the salute by the American Legion, Meyer South, Post 92. I'd like to introduce Miss Brandy Shaw, who will sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you very much.
I'm gonna do a short talk time.
Okay. Our guest speaker was unable to make it, and so filling in is Dr. Philip Self. Thank you. You may be seated. Have a chair.
When I was a kid, I was always fascinated with the Navy. My dad was in the Navy in World War II and the Guadalcanal campaign. And I don't know, I just had this thing about the Navy. Well, anyway, Dad set me down. Said, Phil, you got a good mind, you should go to college, do your thing. You know, you don't need to be in the military. He didn't like the military at all. He was really good, you know, didn't like people telling him what to do and getting bombed and all that stuff. So I stayed out of it, you know. I mean, there was Grenada and Panama, Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Even the Desert Storm thing with Kuwait, you know, nobody attacked us. But after 9/11, I'm like, heck, man, we've been attacked. And my dad had joined the Navy after Pearl Harbor, and like, this is my generation's Pearl Harbor, I need to join the Navy. Anyway, so I called the recruiter 2 days later, and things happened fast. Anyway, I gave the talk here a few years ago, and I basically plagiarized Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, which he probably did a better job than I did, but I'm just going to read it to y'all. It's 292 words, it's short. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We come to dedicate a portion of it as a final resting place for those who died here, that the nation might live. This we may and all do properly. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggle here have hallowed it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, while it can never forget what they did here. It is rather for us, the living, we are to be dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that these honored dead we take increasing devotion to the cause, not for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion, that we were highly resolved these dead shall not have died in vain, that the nation shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. So freedom's not free.
Thank you. We will head down to the pavilion and finish up our ceremony. I believe we have some donuts down there for each of you. And if you'll just head down to the pavilion, please.